a guest on today that is pretty special. And we just chatted and chatted last night about all kinds of things. And you'll find after the show, if you go to the blog, a lot of the subject matters that we discussed. Her name is Jennelle Deanne, and she is a Canadian psychic medium. And she is with Shay Parker's Best American Psychics, and she is also with Best Psychics Directory, where I am posted and a member of. So I will tell you a little bit about her, just a little wee bit, because it's her job to tell you all about her, but I just want to tell you how special she is. First of all, she believes in the journey of body, soul, and mind. She's a smart lady. She's also somebody that's had, from 2001 to 2011, was participating in, I call it body lifting, bodybuilding, but she says, no, Anne-Marie, call it I forget, fitness, body fitness or what, a competition. And she is going to be here today in her next stage as a medium. And she is all about reading and assisting you in areas such as money and finance and careers and relocation and vacations and romance and all kinds of stuff. So Jennelle, are you there today?
Oh, I'm here, Anne-Marie. Can you hear me okay?
Love you, yes. I'm so glad to hear your voice. After texting, I was thinking, I wonder what kind of voice she has. And I was trying to think, with a beautiful face like that, I was thinking, I'm going to be honest, I thought, now what's really going to shock me is if you have a little tiny voice like this. So thank you for having a nice low voice that goes with your physique and your face and everything and your strength.
I had no voice 2 weeks ago, remember?
Well, that was because you had laryngitis, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, well, Jennelle and I discussed all kinds of topics so that they are on the blog about Jennelle, and she is a really special lady. Jennelle, you've been at this how long now?
Around 15 years, give or take. I'm 35 in a bit, so since I've been 20, so yeah.
Okay, and you have, tell us about how you got started on this journey. I would like you to tell me, when was the most profound moment when you started noticing you had a gift?
Well, what we discussed yesterday, the most profound moments that brought me into where I am right now, as far as my gift is concerned, would be my brother's death. It all kind of came together in realizing how this all helps people, especially the mediumship. Especially like getting people into a better state of mind. When you've been in that grieving state and you hit that low and you see other people in that low, whether it's from grief or whether it's from other social things that are coming into their life, and and the problem is that, like, I've had this gift my whole life, and it's not really something you socially use when you're a kid, because people just look at it like, I don't even know what she's talking about. But as you get older, it's stronger. The more you use this, the stronger it gets, and the more you can actually meet people. And I can actually meet a lot of people and know immediately what's going on in their life. It's whether or not they're going to accept that I want to help them. I can just know I'm going to keep my mouth shut until they're asking for help. And then it's just going to be little suggestions from there. But, it all comes together. But I've helped a lot of people especially since my brother's death.
And you are a psychic medium as well. You feel the energy of those passed on, correct?
Absolutely. That is probably, to me, it's magic. It's not magic as far as the trickery. It's just that, like, the true portion of faith and spiritual alignment and everything, and believing. And it's such an amazing gift. And some days, like, I'm blowing myself away, and I'll tell you that. But to be able to connect people, especially people who need it, to the other side and to spirit, it's rewarding, like, beyond anything. It's so rewarding.
And we discussed this yesterday. What is the purpose of a psychic reader, do you think?
I believe, because of the fact that, like, I've had this gift my whole life, I believe I'm supposed to help people find that balance in life, to take away from the negative, to really look at the positive. We're all going to have speed bumps. We're all going to have negative things happen to us in our life, but we got to look beyond it. It is perspective. It is about energy. It is about what we're supposed to be doing with our life. Like, if we're beating ourselves on the wrong path, we're beating ourselves on the wrong path. Like, wake up, take a step back, find your right way, and that's what I think I'm here for. Believing, to help people through that grieving process, to really open up faith, and to really put people in that spectrum. It's not about what's going to happen to me tomorrow. Should I go buy some Band-Aids? It's more of the broad spectrum of soul healing, soul path type stuff. And not so much, like, to me, the fortune telling, the little things, not such a big deal, especially when you're a medium. But everybody's got their forte. So mine, it's more, how did you get a person from where they've been as to where they are to where they want to be? So
I'm good. I've got a weird question, and you may, we didn't discuss this yesterday. How would you say that developing intuition is similar to developing your body when in the years 2001 to 2011? Are there any similar strategies, any similar passions involved in the development of one and the other?
Well, I could honestly say that the more I do this, the better I get. It's the same with developing your body. You really have to stay on task. You really have to stay on plan. People think that it's exercise alone. I can eat whatever I want. No. It's all about you planning yourself and doing everything that you can do properly in order to keep a balance in your body, in order to keep a balance in your diet, in order to keep a balance in your exercise and sleep, of course, as well. So with this work, developing your intuition, if you don't get a proper amount of sleep, if you're not emotionally balanced, if you're not eating properly, like if I've had a bad day and I haven't eaten properly and I got somebody asking me 15 questions, my brain and my body and my spirit aren't going to work in a connective element together. So I might get it, but it's not going to come as fluently or as easily as if I was taking care of myself. So part of doing this, you really should be taking care of yourself, drinking a proper amount of water, making sure that you're on task, making sure that you're doing it right. Like having a positive mind frame, really looking into the light, not looking from the darkness will reward you. I have been rewarded so many times over with this gift. And I just have faith in it, and that's about it.
One of the ways I used to describe why I think it's important to take care of our bodies is because I believe that we are all basically vehicles for our angels. We are the cars for the angel direction. So just like our cars, if we don't take care of our cars, if we let our cars go without an oil change, if we let our cars take in the wrong kind of propane or fuel, we're going to end up having misses. We're going to end up having a car that breaks down, and before long you've done your angels no service by giving them a raunchy car that you could have taken better care of, but you decided not to.
But it also goes and it shows in your work as well. Like if you don't take care of your car doesn't give back to you, correct? Like you're going to break down in the middle on your way to work, or you're going to break down on your way to something. It's not going to work for you. People who say, have this and don't take care of themselves, what level of energy are they working from? What level of professionalism are they given? Because their rates don't change given their time or how they feel that day. You know what I mean? So if somebody's coming to them and they've had a bad day, and they haven't taken care of themselves. Like I've been down there and I've actually told people, I'm going to give you a choice. Like, I didn't sleep well last night, not feeling too good today. I'm going to give you that choice. Do you want to give it a shot? If not, like, and actually I will feel out that reading even from there. You know, like, how am I feeling? Am I getting things, like, there's times when I'm tired and it comes at me because I don't have that human part of me analyzing everything. But I will measure how the reading went from there. But, you know, that's my level of professionalism. But at the same time, in order for me to give quality readings and get my clients to come back and everything like that, and to, you know, or just give a really good reading just so that it changes somebody's life, I got to be on. And I got to be doing it right. Right?
You know, I was, some of the things we discussed yesterday is about what is an ethical psychic, and what is a bogus psychic.
Okay, so, like, we're referring to bogus as being, you know, the people who are going to walk. Okay, go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The people who are going to walk up to you in the middle of the street and say you've got a sad face on you or something like that, and say, I feel like you've been cursed. I'm a psychic. I'm going to heal you, and it's going to take $2,000, $10,000, $20,000 to remove this curse off of you, and then you'll have a great life. Well, the power of belief system is that if somebody's going to tell you that they're going to remove something off of you, and you truly believe that they're going to take it away from you, likely in the end, yes, it will improve your life. But the problem is that because it changed your perspective. Now, the thing is, you didn't have a curse in the beginning. I don't even know if there is such a thing as a curse because I've never put one on somebody purpose. Or
I don't either. I have had people. My opinion about spells is it's a little like psychic rape. You know, I mean, if someone is not willing to, I know there are people that are angry and want to have a spell or a curse put on somebody, you know, or on the other hand, someone that is frustrated in love and wants an old boyfriend back or something. It's my opinion that spells only work for those who believe in spells. Like you said.
But in the end, like, I have heard some people actually say that spells work. Never done it, can't vouch for it, but they're temporary. They are temporary. So really, what is the end result? You got something temporary, but it is fake. You know, everything about it is fake. It is all going to blow back in your face. It'll come back on you twofold. The most negative part of it will come forward. And it just ends up being there. And so, you know, it really isn't worth it in the end. I don't believe in it, and I'll be honest with you, I don't believe in it, but I don't practice it either. So, you know, I won't discount it because I believe that there's some people out there that can do a lot of
and
things.
I have a lot of pagan friends that do definitely believe in their spells, and I am not going to put that down. But for my business and for what I do, like you, that's just not what we do.
Well, it's like a doctor that won't push a certain pharmaceutical, you know, because he doesn't necessarily believe in that pharmaceutical. It's not part of his practice or her practice. You know, that isn't part of my stuff. And I've had some really crazy stories of things that people have asked of me, and I'll look at them like, what? You know, there are other people out there, and to be honest with you, you know, other people are enabling it too because they're believing in it. So it all comes down to the naivety of the person asking and, you know, like what they're actually looking for. A lot of times I get clients that call me and I will tell them exactly what I can do for them. I will not give them a single promise. You know, like, right. I cannot express more to people that there is no control of another person in this timeline. If the first breath you took, you were given free will. You individually were given free will. So why are you going to take that away from somebody else? Why would you even think that is right? You're now not living by the light. You are now not in a spiritual balance with life, and you are taking from somebody else. You're taking their free will. So how do you think that's not going to come back and get you?
And what do you think about the people that are charging $1,000 for classes to be able to enlighten you?
And it's what we discussed yesterday. You know, each individual person needs to will find enlightenment when enlightenment is supposed to hit them, and it is through the proper methods. It is through them. You know, no different than an addict knowing they need help, knowing they need to quit, and then all of a sudden, they decide to, they decide to keep doing it. It's a bad thing for them. But, it's not until they hit that one little spot and they hit that rock bottom, I guess they call it. They hit that rock bottom and bam, all of a sudden it's like they awaken and they need to change, okay? Enlightenment's not that much different, okay? It is where you hit that spot in your life where you all of a sudden see it as something completely different. It is like, I would say my highest level of enlightenment was my brother's death. It was the darkest time in my life, but the most enlightening time in my life, where all of a sudden everything just sort of just slowed down enough that it finally made sense. It all came together. And how am I ever going to, say that it wasn't ever a group? Nobody forced it on me. It happened. Now, when I watch other people, I can actually tell people, look at this, look at this, look at this. I will take 15 steps back, and all of a sudden, bam, they get it. But it happened in their own time. But the problem is that if you get somebody saying to you, I can help you, certain people are in very much need of guidance. Well, you get these gurus, you get these people out there that say, I can help you hit this enlightenment. Well, it becomes no different than, say, a personal trainer who's got their hand on you the whole time as you train, and then as soon as you can't afford the trainer anymore, you feel like you can't train. I'm now addicted to the only way that I can actually exercise my body is to have somebody there with their hand on me.
Or a biker that can't be a biker unless he belongs to a group.
Exactly. It becomes a dependency.
Some people are just more inspired by the sense of belonging to reinforce their journey, which we can't put that down, because it's important to have a tribe. But the most important thing is to know that you can be who you want to be if you just take the time to realize the journey is sometimes even more simplistic when it comes to trying to figure things out sometimes yourself.
But since when I was raised, my mother gave me a quote of, it takes a village to raise a child. In generations before me, like a whole community, a whole town would raise children and would help. They would all come together. And since when did it become about how to help people? About, let's get a cult together, or I'm not going to call it a cult necessarily, but, some people can call it that. This group of people together, and the only acceptability of them is if they pay $1,000 each, $2,000 each, or they need to pay a membership fee or something like that. It should all be about people getting together and saying, you know what? It kind of sort of, I guess, like churches and stuff like that. Let's all come together and realize certain things, but each individual person having their own faith and their own levels of enlightenment. Why does it have to be thousands of dollars? You can't. There's no such thing as each person in one group. You can't take 5 people and say that each one of those 5 people are at the same level of enlightenment and that in 5 weeks they will reach the same level of enlightenment. Nobody ever starts off the same, not even the same part of grieving. Like, I can talk to 3 people that lost their brother in a car accident, and none of them are grieving the same way I did. So you can't actually say that, here's a book, I'm going to give it to you, you're going to be enlightened at the end. It's not going to happen.
And I have to add here, kudos to the soldier who was beheaded by ISIS and his family, who were so incredibly strong and spiritual and spoke to everyone about how wonderful their son was and were amazingly strong. They weren't sobbing, they were just amazingly strong and making him alive in the eyes of everybody. So I wanted to say also, we want to give up prayers and blessings to the soldier that was beheaded by ISIS.
Absolutely.
You know what, honey? We have Susan from Pennsylvania, Bridget from Tennessee, Anita from Arizona, Debbie from Pennsylvania, Chris from Tennessee. We have also Lena, Patrick, Cindy, Emily inside the In Quick. Would you like to start on some readings?
We can do that.